I have two questions. The first question has to do with, I'll say, elevating the soul. If we connect our soul to, let's say, the soul of our higher self or the soul of God, are we able to infuse any of our GAN's material to a higher level vibration, if you will, a higher? They have a consciousness, so the question is, can they be elevated to more than just being regular GANs?
In so many ways, this is another part of teaching. But maybe, as I said, you bring the subject on the table and I'll teach you. I was writing this to one of the knowledge seekers yesterday, and maybe it's time to teach. That's why it came to be written yesterday. You speak about higher level, higher order.
Yes.
Let's go back to something and understand a new understanding of life, because this is what you need. This is where the problem of the man is. I was writing this to the head of the Keshe Foundation, Ella, sometime this morning in part of my conversations with her. I can dig it out or she can read it. I think it's Ella, if I remember correctly. We have got used to feeding ourselves with the physicality. Food, water, air. And with it, we feed partially. We provide energy at a given strength through the soul of the physicality. We feed our soul. This is what we do. This is something man never understood. What we do in reality, what we have done, what man has done to himself, is this, that, let me clear this out. We eat food through our mouth. It goes into our intestine. Part of energy of it energizes not only the cell of the DNA or RNA, part of it energizes the soul of the cell. And the soul of the man, if you look at it, because it's balanced to it, and now moves a slightly higher energy, takes from it for its bottom order of the fields, if you look at it for here. So we eat food partially to feed our own soul. By conversion. But we forgot something. The soul itself led to the creation of the man, the physicality of the man. By collective energies of the soul of the egg and the sperm and the womb of the mother, we created this soul, which by its interaction of its fields with the interaction of the environment led to the creation of the physicality of the man. Now that you're in a space, how are you going to feed this soul? For it to exist, it needs to absorb. The way now it used the soul of the physicality to feed itself, now in the space needs to be fed. Now you understand. You're talking about the higher soul. If this is your soul to be fed, you need to tap into the higher energy. Man has to learn how to feed his soul in the space. And if you go back to the teachings, what I say, man shall not kill or nothing. Because we have to go back and learn about how to feed our souls, that through the soul we feed the body of the man. Thou shalt not kill. There is no need for killing, destroying anything. In a space there is no cows and sheep to kill and eat. You call it higher yourself, that you can change the soul to change the physicality. This is the whole purpose of my teaching. This is why we come on this planet, to teach this to man. It's time to learn. And it's amazing. I thought about it and I wrote it this morning, and you bring the subject up. Which means now the soul of the man is mature to understand the truth. In reality, if you look at it, we need to understand this. And if we do, and if we understand, then we can go further in the whole totality of the understanding of the work of the soul of the man. Ella, am I allowed to read the communication?
Of course.
Are you there?
Yes.
Or would you like to read it? I enjoy conversing with Ella to teach. It's very nice.
Where do I start from then?
Wherever you want. I can read it if you want.
Yes, you can. Please.
It says, but we have the soul of the man, which itself is creator of this leech of physicality. So what becomes is our soul is a virus of the planet itself. We need to teach our soul to feed our physicality, and not our physicality our soul. This is what I've been trying to teach, and gradually getting there. Go back to my teaching. This is my message, and no one gets it. That is why I teach about the soul. Change of a habit is difficult. It is the soul which creates the physicality, and its responsibility, and its responsibility to find a new way to feed it. We have to understand this and go back to our soul. Now you are enlightened. And now you understand where my teachings are heading to. The man in the space lives through his soul and not his physicality. And no crime. And it is always there as a master. So now the purpose of the teaching comes to one point. You are all waiting for the zinc to change the man. The whole purpose of the teaching is to teach the man to go back to his soul to feed his physicality. You call it at a higher order, a higher level. There is no higher level. The higher level is the field of the universe, of the higher strength to feed the man, to be able to, the soul of the man, that through it, it can feed the physicality of the man, that the physicality of the man does not need to kill. It's very much to the point.
And by
It's
the
very
same,
much.
I'm sorry.
Pardon?
By the same token, we can elevate the GANs as well.
Of course.
Okay.
As you understand this, the more you absorb, the higher level of the understanding, the higher level of the soul of the man. And somewhere down the line, you change to the point of physicality, that then you decide how to change that point of physicality.